Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was this young rich nigga who was living like a normal person in his big house when this old woman came to his crib one night in the dead of night asking him to let her sleep over for a single rose. But then the guy is a normal person with an active brain cell, so he sent her away, and then she transformed into an evil witch, and instead of leaving him alone like a normal person and going to disturb somebody else, she decided that, you know what, she's going to curse not only him but everybody in the house who didn't have anything to do with this situation at all. As in, they didn't have no beef with this lady. She just woke up and randomly decided to curse innocent human beings. So she turned the guy into bingo dog, and if the guy doesn't raise up a babe before this flower dies, which is when he's 21, then him and everybody in the house will stay like that forever. And I know that Disney were trying to write this in a way that made the prince look like he was in the wrong, but I'm telling you, this guy was not in the wrong. This woman just came and decided to suffer different people for no apparent reason and put their whole life in the hands of a nigga that has no reason. Well, at least we know who the real villain of the story is. But anyhow, we are introduced to this girl named Belle, and she's singing this song, and damn, okay, isn't this a children's film? Then we're introduced to this guy called Gaston, who is a famous hunter and the very embodiment of how not to raise a woman. But we'll get there. So anyhow, he's talking to Belle, and
it's not right for a woman to read. Soon she starts getting ideas and thinking.
Yes, nah, no way, this Hey, yo, nigga said what? But anyhow, she rejects him and goes to help her father, who is an inventor that has made this machine that cuts wood. Today is a huge day for deforestation, guys. You know, we got to get this guy a Grammy. Anyhow, so her father goes to go and market his product to rich organizations that couldn't give a rat's ass about the environment, and he sees these two parts, and this nigga thinks to himself, you know what? Yes, let's follow this part that looks like it's straight out of a horror movie. Anyhow, he goes and he ends up getting separated from his horse, and he gets chased by these wolves to this young rich nigga's house. He doesn't know that yet, but anyhow, he goes in and he meets the unfortunate innocent souls that were cursed by that wicked woman. They help him and keep him warm. And a child, yo, this bitch cursed a child because she wanted to teach one random nigga a lesson. Nah. This can never be justified. This woman is evil. There's nothing you want to tell me again. She's like... Anyhow, Bingo comes and kidnaps this poor old man. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't blame bro. I mean, after all bro has been through, I'll have chronic trust issues too. Anybody that is asking me for a place to stay... Man, shut your bitch. So we cut back to Gaston, who wants to propose to Belle. And then this nigga employs the... deadliest weapon in any Rizzler's arsenal. Harassment. I don't know, maybe he didn't apply it well, or maybe Belle is not that type of woman. You know, she seems to have animalistic tendencies. Let me just put it like that. But it doesn't work, and then Belle finds her father's horse and she tells it to lead her to her father. And we all know that this thing left her father in the middle of nowhere. So how the hell did they know that he was in this castle? Don't ask me. But they come and then they find her father's hat there, so she knows he's here. And then she enters the house and goes around looking for him. And then the objects lead her to her father. Then the beast also comes, and she offers to take her father's place so that the beast will let her father go. So the beast lets her father go, and to be honest, at this point, I don't even know who has worse game, him or Gaston. Like, really, this movie should have just scrapped the title and put How to Not Raise a Woman. Especially when your life depends on it, because you just met this girl and you're already screaming at her like,
you will join me for dinner. That's not a request.
No, she therefore wants you now. She wants you now. I'm not even going to lie. Just be learning how to chase your tail now, because I can assure you'll be doing that for the rest of your life. So we go back to Gaston, who is sad because Belle rejected him, and then this is his slave servant. I don't even know. Anyhow, the guy starts glazing this nigga like, oh my days, just suck his D already. Like, we know you want to. They sang an entire song glazing this now. With this level of glazing, this level of D-riding, you guys will be giving Taylor Swift fans a run for their money, man. So after getting sucked dry, Gaston decides to use Belle's father to get to Belle. Then we go back to Belle, who tells the beast that she's not coming for dinner, and the beast begins shouting at her again like,
Go ahead and starve!
Tell me why ain't nothing but a
all right, let's calm down. All right, look, bingo. I understand you have chronic trust issues, but right now we got to see the bigger picture. You've got two options. Option A,
Kill yourself now!
because to be honest, the way you're going, you just be like this for the rest of your life. Or option B, which is if you do not want to be a dog for the rest of your days, I suggest you pattern the hell up and start kissing her ass. So we come back to Belle and
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I've been burnt by you before.
wow, are you serious? This did not get chill at all. But anyhow, Belle is hungry, and then the servants feed her and they sing a song where they admit that they have been like this for 10 years. So now let's do some mathematics, all right? So the prince is still 20 as the flower is about to die, and we know that it will die when he's 21. So he's still 20, maybe 20 and like a couple more days to go. So he's 20, all right? You take 10 away from that number, and what do we get? 10 years old. This nigga was 10 or 11 years old when this wicked woman cursed him. A child. She cursed a child for not letting a stranger into the house. Are you people hearing? This just sounds so messed up. Like, what? Anyhow, after dinner, Belle looks around and then she finds the west wing that the beast told her not to go into, but she goes into it anyway, and then she finds the flower and wants to touch it, but then Bingo comes and chases her away. And yeah, way to go, bro. Now she therefore wants you now. But anyhow, she runs away and gets chased by these wolves. Then Bingo comes to fight his kith and kin, and then Bingo faints. So Belle takes Bingo back home and patches him up. Then we now cut to Gaston, who is bribing this guy who is in charge of the asylum to take Belle's father away so that he can use that as leverage to get her to marry him. As if she can't just decide to slip some cyanide inside his food at night or something, or stab him in his sleep or something. You never thought of that, right? Just be marrying your enemies. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. But to be serious though, it's not that deep. You're not the only one that's been rejected, guy. Chill, you're right. It's not that deep. But then we cut back to Bingo, who shows Belle the library and begins the great reasoning. Last time it was a frog. This time, it is a dog. What's it going to be next time?
But there's something in him that I simply didn't see.
Yeah, his kids, they're going to be in you very soon, very soon. So the house servants decide to help the process because you see, if Bingo doesn't pull her in the next 12 hours time, the rose is going to die. So they get to work and everything's going well until the beast allows her to see her father. And then Belle wants to go, so the beast decides that he's going to let her go. But I really don't see why he couldn't have just told her to get her father and bring her back to the house, and they'll nurse him back to health. And he'd raise her up and everybody will turn back human instead of sending her all the way back home, which is what he does. And then she goes home, and then Gaston's guy realizes that they're home, and then he goes, and then they come back to arrest her father. But Belle decides to use the magic mirror that Bingo gave her to show everybody that Bingo is real and then her father is not a madman. So Gaston takes the magic mirror and uses it to rally everybody to kill Bingo. So they go to kill Bingo after they lock Belle and her father up, and don't ask me how the hell they found the castle, all right? I have no idea. I thought this thing was only good in like locating people, but maybe they use it to locate places too. I really don't know. But still, they found the castle and they broke in, and then the objects fight them, and then we come back to Belle and this teacup that followed her home, and it helps them escape. So we come back to the castle, and Gaston is looking for Bingo, and he doesn't want to fight because he just lost the love of his life, and he just wants to die. So Gaston is like putting the beats on him, but then he sees Belle and then he begins to fight back. Don't ask me how the hell this brainless lunatic expected to run the ones with a literal bear-sized creature. And all he carried was like bow and some arrows. Meanwhile, he has a gun in his house that he can use very well. he can use very well. I really don't know why he didn't bring a gun to this fight. But then Bingo lets him go and he goes to meet Belle, but Gaston shanks him anyway and trips to fall to death by fall damage. Then Beast dies and Belle expresses her love for him just in time, so the curse is broken and he becomes human again. But we all know that if he did remain a Bingo forever, this woman would have still hit. I know exactly what Disney were doing in this movie. See, I've caught you guys. You can't hide from me. I think what you do, all that turning back human before she gets wed. Yeah. We know. Yeah. But anyhow, everyone turns back human and Belle and Bingo marry. End of the movie. Oh yeah, just little advice, my guy. Your babe has this thing for dogs, and I don't know if you know, but you have a dog. You might want to consider putting that thing down. Just for safety purposes. I'm just telling you as your fellow nigga, we're in this together. So just saying,